Opportunity como our channel so how say AGH Politics Avenue. Podcast or training because Mickey headlines. Na jembre na ADB action war. Ni dem ni ahun braximu. Besra say yanko political highway sim oni eja dema any asem koto akra. Na ni nyina rikse eye JA Kufour video bia John Jerry Rawlings, DJ Rawlings. A grantee interview be a poppy online about papa no Kufour ho nyan some of kan de as film na mesra wo say Kevin Taylor Jemre abra all probe into the matter onua yemon ram ne yehwe sene nsem esibi etie asem na as film shine so am say how say AGH Politics Avenue yemon ransom phone.
Parlando di moralità, schooling officer, and until I left office in the year 2000, I never had a foreign account. Never. The CIA, the German intelligence, British MI5, your Italians, the French, all of you go and look into every bank account and to tell the world whether my wife and I ever had $1, 1 penny anywhere in any bank in any part of the world before I left office. I never did. Interestingly, and it never occurred to me, I had no desire for it. The only time it struck me that I needed a foreign money was when my wife was ill. And it was a situation we could not deal in my country, in Ghana. You know, and we looked for the most affordable place, which was in a university in Europe. That was the first time I suddenly realized how naked I was in terms of, I couldn't even save my wife's life, a very noble lady who had been through trying times with me. That's when I started calling around the world, friends, can you help, etc. So having no account, oh, by the way, before I left office, we knew she was going to have this operation, so we had even put a little money aside. I think it was about $22,000 it was going to cost us. My wife is asthmatic, and over the years, it has developed its side effects, you know, both in her intestines and other complicated places. So it was going to be quite an expensive, this thing. And you listen to me carefully. I was looking around the world, anybody help me? It's not for myself, I have no account. This is the address of the hospital. This is how much it's going to cost. I mean, it was the most shocking, painful experience I'd been across, that I could hardly get any assistance early enough. My government, who knew, the new government, who had taken over from me, who knew I needed help, and that we had made preparations, refused. On the last day before we were to leave, she was supposed to be on the operation table on the 22nd of a certain month. 2 days before, that's when I got a letter from the president's office, a 3-page letter, conditions I had to fill, a whole lot of rubbish. We got a ticket, we flew to London. This president, or this man who was a president who had been in office for almost 20 years, 10 years, 18, plus whatever it is, 8 plus another 2, almost 19, 20 years. I had no dollar account anywhere, and I had to stop in London to borrow money from someone so that I could go and do my wife's operation. You listen to me carefully. About 8,000, you know, to take care of her needs, etc., into the hotel. 22,000 it was going to cost us, either dollars or euro. I think it was dollars, into the hospital. When the operation, after a while, I had to leave and go back to Ghana and left her. Here's the shocking part of it. After the operation was done on borrowed money, people don't believe it, but it's true, on borrowed money, when the operation was done, she was discharged into the hotel so that she could be brought in once in a while, you know, for checkup, a review. Can you believe that when the driver of the embassy under the new government informed the ambassador that I have to take Mrs. Rawlings, you know, for a review, the ambassador said no. In Switzerland, the Ghanaian ambassador, it happened in Switzerland, said no. The driver was so shocked, he put the embassy car key on the table, went and used his own personal car to go and drive my wife to the hospital for the review. This is the kind of vicious petty-mindedness that you can sometimes run in parts of the world in terms of my relationship with this character that, you know, your Western powers or the Western powers have promoted, and they are trying to sanitize his image as if he's the cleanest, finest head of state in Africa. It's absolute rubbish. He's a criminal. He's a thief. He went around telling the world, wrote a letter to every bank around the world that I had stolen suitcases of money into bank accounts. I was trying to kill him, make a coup. I had stolen 19 cars, etc. All of them were false. I will not tell you something that the bank, it took 3 months for me to be able to open a bank account through somebody. Finally, when the bank manager was going to open that account for me, do you know what he told his Swiss friend? You can come and do it. Every day he goes there. Is it open? Is it open? Is it open? Finally, after 3 months, the man told my friend that he is one of the few African heads of state who does not own a foreign account. You can now come and open the account for him. I mean, the point I'm trying to make is, look at the difficulty I had from my own government, from outside. But then the other side of it is that to be so mean that not even the driver could send my wife for a review. That ambassador, for being so, he was so mean, the government withdrew every protocol facility as a former head of state. I have to carry my own suitcases, never mind. They even tried to get Swissair not to give me protocol. And Swissair told them, hey, you don't do that. They tried to campaign with other governments. Don't give this man protocol facility, etc. And yet, I'm supposed to have been the man who turned the situation round in Ghana, in West Africa. You know, so in effect, what I'm trying to say is that we've had a pretty rough time, but the more you show hatred towards your opposition, sometimes towards us, the more you get promoted in some parts of the world. It's not healthy. I mean, we must begin to stop treating oppositions and ourselves as enemies. We must begin to rather engage in constructive relationship, constructive criticism, and not attempt to destroy and to see the opposition as your enemy to be destroyed.
That's not how I'm sensitive.
Did you offend him personally while in government? Anything you know?
No, I don't remember doing it.
Do you regret withdrawing his diplomatic courtesies?
You don't know what he did to me?
Tell us.
Please, don't let's go into that.
No,
we are into
so
Christmas.
Was it payback time? You said
not payback, but I was the sitting head of state. He was former. And the sitting, in a way, personifies the states. When you go out to some foreign land to describe your sitting head of state, incompetent, disgrace to the nation, and that sort of thing. Suppose it were his time, you think we could say that about him and come back to Ghana? From what we all know. So that was what I said, look. And it was not as if I went out to do anything. He came after such a trip, blurting out all these things, to ask that courtesies be extended. So I said, no. When you use the word courtesy, you should know that it's give and take. Next time, we withdraw so you don't do it again. That's what I thought.
So no regrets at all doing that?
No.
One,
You'd withdraw so you don't do it again. That's what I thought.
so no regrets at all doing that?
No.
One offered opportunity, would you?
That's what I thought.
So no regrets at all doing that?
No.
One offered opportunity, would you want?
That's what I thought.
So no regrets at all doing that?
No.
One offered opportunity, would you want?
So this is J.A. Kufour. I said no regret. Hey, memo mun tu car bia wo fa JJ Rawlings yire na o yare na owu no entum. Emma driver na eye ne ya to the point to say or the car na keys na wa embassy one Emma omo no Kufour no ankasa ne car. JJ Rawlings a former president of the Republic of Ghana. JJ Rawlings na Emma ya true constitution na J.A. Kufour benya president ye. Say kan JJ Rawlings anka Kufour anka sebe o kurasi dit Kumasi. Ambassador ne ka kire eye driver ne say J.A. Kufour ka kire mo say memo mo fa car bia ma JJ Rawlings ene ne yire enko hospital nkohwe ne yire mma. O se de na eya ne say eye emwa e wo se abanboa eye any former president a otu kwan assistance. Your friend protocol I wo say ye boa o flight obefo baby obeda security obema no J.A. Kufour gi ni nyina fi JJ Rawlings nsem into odru abrochira or to say any ordinary person na edin no nani etutu ka ni nsem satana Kufour na ye Ghana president a ye sika na also odebo JJ Rawlings e di saving e yire e di man the protocol for say onye into Kufour basically wanted Rawlings' wife to die because all withdraw protocols. Oh, JK free of Muslim. So one person embassy in then technically you want the man's wife to die. Adia mi boy, anyame nkwana miko. Eye dia Kufour de JJ Rawlings. Na mika say nyubro bi ka say, "Hey, Rawlings no boa." JJ Rawlings de an ye ni mandisi for ohanha nani kansam. JJ Rawlings munimu no. Me sure say MPP for the be better radio so ochna. Aka say hey Rawlings akwatena brochire ena na okeka sansem no ni nyina atronko a no kra ba komponim nti it is Rawlings word against Kufour de na Kufour kafa ho and makacha Ghana for say enya personal but it is important that we go back into history for us to know the kind of people are and J.A. Kufour should not be worshipped as one of the best presidents. He's the worst president. So what time will be cry? Na nyese nipa no eda owom paso. Kufour basically wanted Rawlings' wife to die. It's simple as that. Inti obi bega say Yatia ne ka asema to Kufour so. Ya papa Kufour de wenyini. Ya papa Kufour de we di president. Can you tell him muadia na or tan Kufour we di Kufour atem no. And it's a bit about video na Rawlings ekasaya no. Now, imbre du ne ebusa Kufour sa asem wei eye no kre. Asema JJ Rawlings ka ye say oje protocol of Biafra ni nsem sika crowd be hwe ne ba ne yire hospital be o se o man we bua no wa ma na nsi wo so o make sure say ne ho be kire no ema ni atutu ka ni nsem eye no kre. An interview was conducted by Bolare any J.A. Kufour tenas no busa ne say sa asem wei eye no kre say wo di sa de we di JJ Rawlings mo me anko tie J.A. Kufour answer o maaye.
That's not how I'm sensitive.
Did you offend him personally while in government? Anything you know?
No, I don't remember doing it.
Do you regret withdrawing his diplomatic courtesies?
You don't know what he did to me?
Tell us.
Please, don't let's go into that.
No,
we are into
so
Christmas.
Was it payback time? You said
Not
payback,
but I was the sitting head of state. He was former. And the sitting, in a way, personifies the states. When you go out to some foreign land to describe your sitting head of state, incompetent, disgrace to the nation, and that sort of thing. Suppose it were his time, you think you could say that about him and come back to Ghana? From what we all know. So that was what I said, look. And it was not as if I went out to do anything. He came after such a trip, blurting out all these things, to ask that courtesies be extended. So I said no. When you use the word courtesy, you should know that it's give and take. Next time, we withdraw so you don't do it again. That's what I thought.
So no regrets at all doing that?
No.
When offered the opportunity, would you want to ask him?
We withdraw so you don't do it again. That's what I thought.
So no regrets at all doing that?
No.
When offered the opportunity, would you want to ask him what you have done to him?
Occasionally, we meet at some function, we shake hands. And the wife is in a way a distant relative of mine from Kumasi.
So what's your relationship with his wife?
These days, fine.
These days?
These days, fine.
But in the past, it wasn't?
Some time ago, there were things that really disturbed. And I expressed my displeasure in ways for her to know that she needed to go gingerly.
But these days?
Oh, now I believe we are fine.
You believe or you know?
I believe. That, let me say it from my perspective.
Yes.
I hope she feels the same as I feel. I'm sensing.
Did you offend him personally while in government? Anything you know?
No, I don't remember doing it.
Do you regret withdrawing his diplomatic courtesies?
You don't know what he did to me?
Tell us.
Please, don't let's go into that.
No,
we are into Christmas.
Was it payback time? He said,
not payback, but I was the sitting head of state. He was former. And the sitting, in a way, personifies the states. When you go out to some foreign land to describe your sitting head of state, incompetent, disgrace to the nation, and that sort of thing. Suppose it were his time, you think we could say that about him and come back to Ghana? From what we all know. So that was what I said, look. And it was not as if I went out to do anything. He came after such a trip, blurting out all these things, to ask that courtesies be extended. So I said no. When you use the word courtesy, you should know that it's give and take. Next time, we withdraw so you don't do it again. That's what I thought.
So no regrets at all doing that?
No. We withdraw so you don't do it again. That's what I thought.
So no regrets at all doing that?
No.
When offered.
That's what I thought.
So no regrets at all doing that?
No.
When offered.
That's what I thought.
So no regrets at all doing that?
No.
When offered the opportunity, would you want to ask him what?
It's one gasa wati. Bolare busa say Kufour. JJ Rawlings I can't say me bria fa ho. Osina na yiri de owo mpa so. As a former president, oba wo for mwa. Emma sebio wa ban no eheda yimuni say ombre na yiri nka krampo nka onwu. Asem we enokre, osi an enokre. Ana Bolare busa say Inti JJ Rawlings nsema na oka nyina say na weni da ho e na wo ye de wo ye ne say na yiri be free ne nsa abra ye former president o say an na Bolare say e die pa na Rawlings de ye o die boni na odidi wu e die na Rawlings na yiri e de ye wo a ama a former president a obeto na wachechire mai ma unya bi abedi no utumi hyeda say na yiri ewu da ewu mpas no utumi yi weni say owu kura nka wo pe die pa na Rawlings de ye o say o Rawlings yeah and say Rawlings kwa abrochira o say ono Kufour no incompetent na Kufour aban na oye no aban nya aban pa o say anu nti god damn it man, this is vindictiveness, pettiness to the highest level. This man Kufour na and the man for to odi matem Kufour no masem na midwudwo ma kire Ghana for o say
we ain't some who team course or channel so. Mamma and I was so jemre. That's an so bad in the Asia.